This is Marv Albert, and yes, you're listening to Call Now.
Call now.
Call now.
Call now. Call now. Call or log on now.
Call now.
Call right now. Call in the next 18 minutes.
Call in the next 16 minutes.
Call in the next 7 minutes.
Call or log on now.
Hello and welcome to Call Now, where we plunge headfirst into the surreal world of infomercial. And while we can't offer you free shipping, we can guarantee that the views and opinions expressed on this podcast are definitely those of this network.
Thank you, Tim. My name is Dan Sturdivant. I'm joined, as always, by my co-host on this three-man weave known as Call Now, Mark Pedrardi. Hello, Mark.
Hey, I'm so glad to be here. I've been thinking about this for years. So
You're really selling it. I love it. And also, the big guy in the middle, we got Dave Sandrini. Dave, welcome to the party. How are you, my friend?
Aloha. I'm happy to be here.
I bet you are. And guys, I got the jitters. I'm very excited. I can't say I have as much energy as half the people on this infomercial because I think they had some performance-enhancing substances.
Good morning, Berman.
Which we might delve into. We're talking about the Magic Bullet.
Following is a paid advertisement for the Magic Bullet. What can you do in 10 seconds? You can start chopping onions, or you can chop
Juice. Curry powder. Nasty garlic.
Broccoli.
Vegetables.
Muffins. Chicken.
Banana.
Fettuccine.
Walnut. Jalapeno.
Blueberries.
Pineapple. Rind and all.
A squeeze of mayo.
And as fast as you can say, Bob's your uncle, Patty's your aunt, you've got a delicious
party-sized batch of fresh, creamy coleslaw in 10 seconds or less.
I mean, we're shooting for the top. This infomercial is something that stood out in my mind for years. I subconsciously was reviewing it and re-reviewing it probably on a monthly basis. It's something that it stuck with me. I absolutely love it. I was so excited when we turned our attention to the personal, versatile countertop magician.
Countertop magician?
The best thing about it is how unique of an infomercial it is. It follows like some of the formats, some of the beats, some of the roles and responsibilities that you always see, but they go for it. This thing's at a 12. I need a cold shower already. Can one of you guys bring me back to earth a little bit? How has this affected your life?
I can jump in here first.
You found it first, I think, Mark.
Yeah, I think we all stumbled upon it drunken at 11:30 to 2:30 in the morning in college. But Dan, you mentioned you watched it like monthly. I think I watched it every night for a good couple weeks on and off for a good part of my early 20s. Yeah, and I brought I actually brought people around it.
You indoctrinated people into the world of the Magic Bullet.
An infomercial. Can you believe that? Something we didn't even give a shit about.
I don't care.
But we loved the art.
We know quality, all right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, this was the first one where infomercial, like, you know, you had, just to name a few, Bowflex.
You guys, you want to look like Randy?
Stuff we grew up with, probably a few other ones that I can't come up with right now. This one was demanding. It was not background noise. When you saw this, you were alarmed that they were doing something creative and delighted and a little terrified.
Yeah, they, like I said, they're at a 12 the entire time. It's such a weird setup where they're in this fantastic large kitchen. It feels like a vacation home or just like a very nice home that obviously has a poolside bar.
The ultimate party machine.
Hello, wink wink, spoiler alert. And they had a rough night the night before.
God, not so loud. Here, what about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
The characters in this, it's a study in character building, and I don't think you'll ever watch an infomercial and say those words other than watching the Magic Bullet. It's great. You got the couples, which are kind of like your standard infomercial pairings that will show up is like this is great.
That looks good. Can I have one of those?
They're fine. But when they dial it up, they got a couple of friends named Berman.
Good morning, Berman.
And Hazel. And one.
Did somebody say muffins?
They're named. They've
Yeah.
named cast members and characters. And these two they're unlike anything I've ever seen. They're amazing.
How about when Hazel, that's the most stunning thing to me, is that Hazel looks crazy from the beginning.
She's a cartoon.
Hazel walks onto the Pitchman stage.
Did somebody say muffins?
Like
She
they
sneaks up
have,
on them.
yeah, they have the audience. And Hazel, and that was a conscious decision. They said, all right, so cue up Hazel. She's going to walk through the set, through the Pitchman.
Excuse me, I'd like to get fined now.
You know what I mean? Like there's weird stuff going on.
Yeah. Oh, well, the big elephant in the room is she's just smoking a heater, you know? She walks in smoking a cigarette.
One of you mugs got a light.
And I know one of you, we're going to get to that soon, and so I'm glad I got to get to it. But like You know, it's not fine just doing that without asking permission, which I thought was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, walk into someone's house smoking a heater. When we think about some of the weird things about what goes on here, everything, the people started, but there is also a product that they're pitching as well. So the Magic Bullet. It's a compact blender sold by Homeland Housewares, a division of American company Alchemy Worldwide.
Homeland Housewares.
Sold in over 50 countries.
In this country.
Good for them. It's modeled after the electric coffee grinder, debuted in 2003 with this stunning infomercial that we know and love so much. It's not just a blender, it's a system. The entire Magic Bullet system consists of an electric blender base with a number of attachments. Attachments included in the product include one of 2 available screw-on blade attachments, the cross blade used for chopping foods and crushing ice.
Outstanding.
2 mixing cups, one short, one tall. Come on, let me make a small smoothie. Grow up, all right? 2 handled cups called party mugs. Thank you, which at least this be known as the ultimate party machine.
The ultimate party
They
machine.
can be used to blend individual drinks and also feature. I know we're going to talk more about them in a little bit, but it's important to get it out there early. Let's get some of those cards out there. The comfort rings that screw over the thread. It's for the cups intended for storing foods, and an instruction manual which contains a recipe book. The Magic Bullet 10-second recipes and owner manual, which features recipes prepared in the infomercial and others. So you're not just stuck with Mick and Mimi's famous nachos.
Nachos, anybody?
You have some room to run, which let me tell you, it's a short one. You're not gonna need to train. And at the time of the release, the entire 17-piece Magic Bullet system was available for only 6 easy payments of only $19.99. And it does any job in just 10 seconds or less. And if it doesn't, you can send it back for a full refund of the purchased price. And although it has some new family members, does the Magic Bullet, mainly the NutriBullet. It's kind of the current evolution, and it doesn't get top billing on the company website anymore, which is always sad to be the overlooked. They're kind of the Fredo of the NutriBullet family. I was stepped over, Mikey. But, you know, you can still get the Magic Bullet. It's still out there. But the thing that has given this product life, continued life, is the infomercial itself. There's been articles written about it. There's been discussions. You know, anytime that I've had a beer in the last 15 years, it's come up, which is both a reflection on me and the impact of this. The things that stick out most about it are the obvious care and decision-making that went into the production of this masterpiece.
Welcome to Masterpiece Theater.
It's no secret that infomercials love to claim that the products they're pitching are award-winning, but let's not forget that they wouldn't have any of those fake awards without the hard work of the real stars of these infomercials. And that's why each week we hand out the Ronnies, our acknowledgement of the greatest moments and performances in these informative and supposedly objective works of art. Named in honor of the godfather and patron saint of TV pitchmen, Ron Popeil. The Ronnie nominees for Best Value Proposition. The first nominee, everything in under 10 seconds. They pretend that everything can be completed in a Magic Bullet in 10 seconds or less.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
Second nominee, you're going to use it every single day.
So you're going to leave it on your counter and you're going to want it there because you're going to use it every single day.
It's a lifestyle choice. Okay. My next nominee, just the comfort lip rings. I mean,
Okay, and now you can just twist on one of these colored comfort lips.
there are a lot to have to include. And the last one that I had, just calling it the ultimate party machine.
The ultimate party machine.
Sorry. The last 2 are kissing cousins. Those are, you don't get one without the other. I mean, without the comfort lip rings, this is not the ultimate party machine. It's just a blender with those painful rings.
To cover up the threads here.
And without the blender, you just got hoops to drop in your pool or something.
I gotta go with everything in under 10 seconds.
Wow, that was fast.
As I rewatched it, the fact that was like seemed the most concerning thing to the pitchman.
And here's some bullet fast magic.
And the sales of the item.
And as fast as you can say, Bob's your uncle, Fatty's your
Whatever we do with this thing and however we sell it, we have to make sure everybody knows that these things happen in under 10 seconds.
What can you do in 10 seconds?
Which is an almost impossible thing to wrap your head around, especially while cooking.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
So I'm picking that one.
Just to pour a little bit of gas on Dave's fire, they like to go under 10 for a lot of stuff too. And then all of a sudden, in just 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. Look at that. We got guacamole.
All you do is give it 1, 2, 3 seconds.
That can't be a value proposition if you just flat out lie.
That's some bullet.
You know?
No. It's best value proposition in the infomercial.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you understand. Hey, Junior, I don't know if you understand sales, okay? This is one-on-one stuff.
Look how easy this is.
We got to get Ron Pompeo on the line.
Ronnie! I tell you what, gentlemen, you're on a great point, but I'll tell you the real value proposition is the speed. See? Ron gets it.
Is he still with us?
What?
Is he still with us?
He
No,
is.
I'm afraid he's gone.
Okay. Good.
You cannot make any mistakes. It's as simple as that.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
No,
Mark, what's your favorite one?
He's gone to his home in Southern California.
I really like that because it's such bullshit, the under 10 seconds, but I gotta go with the rings, the comfort lip ring.
And now you can just twist on one of these colored comfort lips.
Because being a person that drinks out of mason jars every day, I've never had a problem with that.
There's no time to cry.
And the fact that they
blasphemy.
They use this as a lot of time during this segment, and they keep jumping back to it. And I know it does tie in, like Dan was saying, to the Ultimate Party Machine, which
frozen drink
brings out the you can make a pina colada in this as well as the nachos or whatever. But
nachos, anybody?
Come on, the rings aren't even they're not a problem. It's the worst thing. And plus they had the mug too. Don't forget they had that special mug that you can like drink out of.
That is very sneaky.
Yeah,
I think it's total.
Gotta have the mugs.
Yeah, the lip ring I feel like is just somebody in design or anywhere in this company thought, well, you can't encourage people to drink out of this thing if it's just a blender, which is silly because anyone that has something remotely like this does that. I do it. And I bet that just got added in later that they're like, we got to have those lip rings or else no one's going to want to drink out of this thing.
That looks good. Can I have one of those?
I could be wrong.
Like a misplaced shipment there. We got a shitload of these goddamn colored rings. What do we do there? Do they fit? Oh my God.
That's incredible.
And that was it.
Yeah.
It's an opportunist.
Isn't it a lot more fun also to just make a big thing of margaritas and like pour them out for your friends instead of doing individual?
No, because just in 3 seconds or less,
that's
you can make individual
So
ones.
everybody gets exactly the drink they want, made just the way they
I
like.
want to have, if I'm hosting a party, I want to have to stop what I'm doing and make individual poured drinks for everybody constantly,
It really is a time saver.
or have everyone constantly in my kitchen washing off the chopping blade of my magic bullet to make themselves a drink.
Choose your blade.
Because that's the other thing too, is they have dozens of magic bullets in their home, which make it all the more convenient. The practical use case of just one magic bullet makes it a little bit less of the Ultimate Party Machine, so I got to dock it there, which the cascading impact takes down the comfort lip rings. So the Ronnie for best value proposition goes to everything in under 10 seconds.
What can you do in 10 seconds? You can start chopping onions for an omelet.
Or you can chop onions, whip eggs, chop ham and peppers, even grate cheese all at the same time for the fastest, easiest omelet ever. Or you can make homemade soup from scratch, ready to heat and serve. You can grate cheese, shred chicken, chop onions and peppers to make a zesty filling that you can heat and serve for hot, delicious quesadillas the whole family will love.
All ready to heat and serve, all in 10 seconds or less.
The nominees for the Ronnie for best reaction. Our first nominee is the woman I will call Mimi's sister, who's nominated for Where's the Coffee Grinder? I'll help.
Where's your coffee grinder? I'll help.
You can't get any more enthusiastic than that. She's just ready to run. Our second nominee is the woman who I've called Brunette Aunt. The first time that Mick and Mimi call it the personal versatile countertop magician.
The personal versatile countertop magician.
Her reaction is, countertop magician?
Countertop magician?
The next, while they're making leftover barbecue chicken, because they had a barbecue the night before.
I've got some grilled chicken here from last night's barbecue.
Chicken salad the next day to cure hangovers.
God, not so loud.
Here, what about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
She's putting in the ingredients.
Ingredients is
Mick comes around her with a seasoning, 2 taps, little bit of curry powder, and Mimi, if she's acting, it deserves more than a Ronnie. Seems pretty actually disgusted with Mick and his proclivity for curry powder as she mutters, curry powder for everything.
Curry powder for everything.
I got it look before, attaboy. The next nominee, I think, is one that's up for debate in terms of the wording. I think it's the most misquoted line in the infomercial. It's a heavy favorite going in, but it's brunette aunt's husband. So Uncle button down with, oh yeah, nachos. Those are my favorite.
Nachos, those are my favorites.
Coming in hot. And then Big Berman.
Back.
Bringing some hammer in the fourth quarter of this thing. Bring out the bullet juicer.
The bullet juicer.
Mixing in some veggies. And he lets you know where he stands pretty clearly with a good fashion. I hate broccoli.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
Sip. Hey, that tastes great. Not like vegetables at all.
Hey, that tastes great. Not like vegetables at all.
It's a big category. These are heavyweights.
These are what brings bonds to other people.
I didn't have to find these.
No.
I just had to watch it again to write down the exact wording. And the thing that I've said more than anything from its infomercials, yeah, nachos, my favorite. I've said it wrong, I will say 99% of the time, my entire life. I always go with nachos, my favorite, not nachos, those are my favorites, because that's not how people talk.
Nachos, those are my favorites.
Which I think bolstered the case for that being the best reaction, where it's clearly a guy who actually might be the husband of one of the actresses. Like, we need another guy. Can your husband do it? And he's like, yes, I can do this. I was in Fiddler on the Roof in high school, and I knew that I should. It's like, oh, you can stop. Just put on the Hawaiian shirt, and you say one thing.
Got any berries?
And I think he messed it up.
Can I goof it up on television?
And that was the best take they had.
You cannot make any mistakes.
That was the only time he said nachos right or something. It's just a heavyweight. I can't get over it. I've rewatched that part more than anything else because it's amazing.
That one's going to be tough to knock off. And I agree with all of that. And my favorites, quote, end quote, that comes up maybe 25 times from different characters, which is probably because Mick made the script, and just that can be a habit thing when one person does something and you just keep saying the same banal thing over and over.
My favorite.
But the fact that it comes from that guy,
got any berries?
Who doesn't have another line, I don't think.
Yeah, he's just rubbing her shoulders the whole time.
Those are my favorite. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, I rewatched it an hour ago or 2 hours ago. My hot take will be that the broccoli one is my favorite.
And you tell me, Berman, can you taste any broccoli in that?
I hate broccoli. Hey, that tastes great. Just because the setup is amazing. The setup is fantastic. He's acting like he's an 8-year-old kid in a bad commercial or something. It's great.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
He's like a 48-year-old kid in a bad commercial.
Oh, yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's a hacky actor, and he hacks it up there. It's crazy.
Choose your blade.
Technically, that's a better reaction than the nacho. And I want to also throw in the sister of Mimi, which her name is Tina. I think it's Ike and Tina is the couple.
No.
What I read. Yeah. Big reveal.
On a river.
That's some bullet.
But I think it's Tina, and where's the coffee grinder? I'll help. She gets up out of her chair.
She's moving. She's got
a mess. Just be like, oh, I gotta find something. I can help. Like,
what the heck is it?
Day after coked out of your mind, sort of like I'll do anything to help you guys for that party last night.
Where's your coffee grinder? I'll help.
Oh, sit down.
I can only do coffee, but the physical action of it, you could just tell. It's just like,
it's so good.
It's also like I can't believe I did that last night in my sister's house. I'll get the coffee grinder.
How you feeling this morning?
I already should have probably been brewing coffee by now.
It's like, I have so much cleaning to do. I better make some coffee. Hopefully the coffee covers the smell.
Stinky. Nasty.
Not to dwell too much on it, but the curry powder for everything, just the relationship level disdain of how she puts that out there. Like you said, Dave, before, Mimi's a pro.
There's no time to cry.
She's not just chewing scenery like Uncle Berman. She's doing work. There's something her real life husband does all the time in the kitchen, and she brought that to Mick and the curry powder.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's one of her most real lines.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so strange.
Yeah, it was,
and that's also why it's so weird, because you're
like,
why are you talking about curry powder and why are you demanding that it goes chicken, which is not necessary for
curry powder for everything,
for chicken salad,
Curry powder for everything.
Is the laundry still in the washer or is it in the dryer? I'm like, I was about to put it in. Yep. Like, yeah. Oh man, that's my curry powder. Shit.
Yeah.
In a category like this, it's tough to split hairs, but if I'm not mistaken, I still feel like Uncle Nachos is there.
Yeah. And
Nachos
I
my
think that's
favorites.
outstanding.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
the best one.
Congratulations to you, Uncle Hawaiian Shirt.
Nachos, anybody?
Oh, yeah. Nachos, those are my favorite.
First nominee for greatest departure from reality. Number 1. All of these people being together in the morning.
Good morning, Berman.
Wild. The next nominee, Hazel, existing.
Did somebody say muffins?
Just a lunch lady in uniform, smoking heaters, walking into a kitchen. Berman, changing his mind about anything without a court order.
Ah, that is very sneaky.
Strikes me as a guy who reads the fine print.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
He's a skeptic, and he wears his heart on his sleeve. And the last nominee for the Ronnie for greatest departure from reality is the concept of being able to crush ice in a magic bullet.
The magic bullet crushes a whole mug full of ice.
I think we can expand on all of them so much. Like the fact, the first one is that it's why they're together in the morning, but like, where did everybody sleep the night before? Like,
How big is this place?
How big is this house? What did they get into the night before? Were there more people there? Are there more people in the house?
We've traced the call. It's coming from inside the house.
Oh yeah. It's somebody like face down on the couch or in the bathtub or something.
So my take, well, I'm going to definitely pick the greatest departure from reality being all of these people being together in the same room in the morning.
How are you feeling this morning?
Because it's the thing that I wrestled with the most as to like how the creatives picked this, right? So like they're giving the pitch and somebody, it was probably Mick's idea. I keep thinking that he's like, yeah, but it's like as if I had everyone over my house and then at breakfast we all got together and I pitched this. And that's the jump off for him to get into this incredible, like surreal thing that is the magic bullet.
That's some bullet.
But it's such a strange, like, eureka moment for him to think that that's where it goes. I can't figure it out. It makes no sense.
So the thing that I know about pitchmen, they live this shit. He doesn't have hobbies, right? These guys are inventors who invent something typically, and then they're the ones who are pitching it, unless they just pivot to just pitching, but usually starts with like real passion. I can't verify this until we can speak to Mick himself, but I think that he pitched the shit out of this thing to people in his house at breakfast.
The most versatile kitchen appliance on the market today.
Constantly. And then someone one time was like, "Ooh, Mick, this is your infomercial. I'm telling you.
It works like magic.
I mean, Karen and I we'll come on over. You know I love nachos.
Nachos, those are my favorites.
I'm telling you, Mick, you could do this." And Mick was like,
outstanding.
Just because of like how light it is and the fact that they're in such a post-party mode.
Where's your coffee grinder? I'll help.
Oh, sit down.
I've never done that in my own home or in the home of a friend or loved one. It's always been a rental.
No. It's a rental.
It's been a VRBO. It's been Airbnb, which are not sponsors yet, but I'm sure the money will flood in shortly.
And thank you in advance.
I think that this is a vacation spot or like there was another reason they're all there. And then Mick showed up with the bags full of blenders.
A family-sized bullet blender.
And made Mimi not drink the night before.
Good morning, Berman.
So the two of them could be show up to pitch in the morning. Everybody's going to be hanging over. We're going to have our creative audience. This is our time, Mimi. We're going to fucking sell them. And she's like, as long as you have your curry powder, Mick, I'm sure it'll be great. Have your curry powder in the morning. Your curry powder while you're writing in the afternoon. Just have all your curry powder. He's like, yes, you've only seen it, Mimi.
Curry powder for everything.
And they pack up the car. It is to the brim with bullets. He didn't even bring a second change of clothes. He's wearing denim, yellow t-shirt underneath. He's like, it's all I got because I put them all into the blenders. The magic bullet.
Smashed by the magic bullet.
And he's at 12. That's the world I want this to be in, is that this is a desperate morning after in a place that they don't own, and they commandeered the kitchen. And it's also funny, too, that everyone's hungover and they didn't break out the ultimate party machines the night before.
The ultimate party machine.
What do we got? What are they just collecting dust? What are we doing here?
It's kind of timeshare-y.
All the ad said was that we had to attend a 30-minute meeting, right? And it's been a day and a half.
I mean, Mick should just be selling timeshares. But yeah, it's like...
it's like if you come to this timeshare, if we take it seriously, it's like if you come to this timeshare you know, you hang out, you go to the beach, you have a great weekend, but in the morning,
the pitch.
yeah, you got to listen to the pitch.
Sounds to me like if anybody should be arrested, it should be you people for passing up such a great
Like
deal.
that might be the reality here.
There's also, so I think along with the theories that exist about them as a whole, the one person who I think lives in the most internet infamy from this, Mark, is your Aunt Hazel.
Did somebody say muffins?
She gets a lot of pub about this. I'm shocked that she doesn't have her own Netflix show. Mark, I mean, there's something about Hazel.
Yeah.
She's got that it factor, and it's not just a drooping, ashy bug. There's a lot there.
Yeah. Is she somebody's aunt? Why is she in the house? Did she party with him the night before?
Party animals.
Is she allowed to smoke cigarettes all the time in the house?
You can't smoke in here, child.
Is it her house? It could be.
I'm only a guest.
But they seem totally fine with her, which I love. Obviously, she's like an alcoholic or something like that. But I just love her. She enters like she enters like a play.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
And it's Kramer entering Jerry's apartment.
Just thinking, yeah.
Hey, you got the food?
You know, any of the characters really from Cheers entering the Cheers bar.
Afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Doc.
What's the story, Norm? Thirsty guy walks into a bar. You finish it.
And it just brings this whole group together because you're like, now I definitely don't know what's going on. And she adds that factor that just I love it.
So when we were younger and we first watched this thing, that's when like we would be hanging out at whoever's house in between college whatever's, and we would watch it and we would be like, hey guys, you got to see this.
That's incredible.
So there'd be a group of 6, 7 or however many people, and you know, eventually like 2 or 3 would be like, oh, I'm into this pitch, and then everyone else would be like, I don't know, what is this? Is stupid.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
And then when Hazel comes in, everybody is in. When Hazel crosses frame with a fake cigarette, you are not in Kansas anymore.
They're not in Kansas anymore, are they?
It's did anyone say muffins? Doesn't she come in? Is that her line when she comes
Did
in?
somebody say muffins?
For Hazel. And she's like in a uniform too, right? Like,
yeah.
Is she on her way to work, or did she work late last night until the party started and never changed, and this is what she's still in?
Wow, that was fast.
And there's no reason for it because everyone else is in casual attire. She could be just glasses and an older woman, and you could be like, oh, that's weird. There's, you know, but she crosses frame in a ridiculous like High School Musical costume, and everything goes wrong.
Is there any chance that she and Berman are amicable ex-lovers?
Or current?
Or mother and son?
My dad's gonna kick my ass.
He's the last one to get there. She was the drunkest last night.
You think he stopped at her place first? And while we're talking about the big guy, like we said, he's a chewing scenery.
Let me see that.
He's incredible. The broccoli change of frame, the tip of the mug. And like, for you party animals out there, he goes,
Remember that Berman, right?
His eye raise there is so over the top.
Yeah, he's curly level. He is just dialed in.
His robe?
he goes for it, and he achieves all of his goals.
Which are low in life, but yeah.
Yeah, the choices that he was forced to accept, I think, were tougher than Hazel's, because Hazel's a cartoon, and Berman is someone that you work with.
Nobody eats like that. Nobody.
It's like, oh yeah, poor Berman. It's like,
and he's a scapegoat for the pitchman. They use him usually. No, actually, they both do.
Good morning, Berman.
Like if they have to get out of a line or two, they make fun of Berman.
And you tell me, Berman, can you taste any broccoli in that?
Which is like fine.
God, not so loud.
Here, what about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
Yeah, but that guy did like one weird famous thing and just got beat up for the whole set or for the whole shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but honestly, if you were out one night, if you saw Berman and you were at the bar, bay, holy shit, I'm buying that guy a fucking juice with broccoli in it right now, and then I'll buy him a beer to laugh it off. That guy must get politely harassed wherever he is, unless he's just like back to sweeping up gyms or like whatever he was doing before this. I hope he's still working. I bought the front end of his shtick as being the real skeptic.
Let me see that.
And I think that he was giving Mick the wink on his doesn't taste like broccoli at all. Like, what if that was him?
Hey, that tastes great. Not like vegetables at all.
Trolling Mick, but like he was selling it that good as a super troll. Oh, doesn't taste like broccoli at all, and like he's flipping the bird in his mind.
It does kind of feel like that.
right?
I mean, he's a little sassy. Yeah.
Yuck, I hate broccoli.
See if Berman wants to come over and drink some beers.
Yep.
If you're listening, feel free to reach out to us. Callnowpodcast@gmail.com.
You've got mail.
Just give us a quick hit. Stop on by. Let us know what you want to do.
I actually don't agree with you guys. I think he's just Eeyore and just a sad character.
I drink with you. You're cool, Berman. He's a white hot bummer.
Ah, that is very sneaky.
Yeah.
He's doing his job and he's doing it perfectly. Wears his heart on his dark flannel sleeves. Our last nominee for the greatest departure from reality is more of like a 1-star Amazon review. This thing can't crush ice, man.
The magic bullet crushes a whole mug full of ice.
The timing thing, the other quote-unquote abilities of this, it's a blender. It does its job. It can't crush ice.
Crushes a whole mug full of ice.
If you do crush ice, it stops working. I don't want this one to win because I love the product. I love the infomercial. I love the infomercial more than the product. This is just really me venting to you guys that I don't like, that I tried to crush ice and burnt out the motor in a Magic Bullet a few years ago. So.
Oh, it didn't make sorbet?
Fancy, fat-free fruit sorbet.
No sorbets, no mousse.
A delicious, fluffy chocolate mousse.
I never used the whipping blade.
Choose your blade.
I'm a big cross blade guy. Tell you what, man, I like this cross blade, man.
I think it should be Hazel.
Did Hazel just come in and knock off the top of the board?
Ah, that is very sneaky.
I felt like the concept, everyone being there in the morning, was the leader. Dave, you're on Hazel. Mark?
It is the winner, but Hazel pushes herself to the top because she justifies everything.
That's it.
And
That's
she
it.
justifies
Congratulations to
Yeah.
Hazel, our winner for the greatest departure from reality for the Magic Bullet infomercial.
Hazel.
Did somebody say muffins?
Yes, we did, Hazel.
Stinky, nasty God.
Hazel.
Huh, yeah, dinner's always a production.
Well, Hazel.
His favorite, fettuccine Alfredo.
Next up,
Our nominees for Best Free Giveaway. The full-size bullet blender, which will transform your Magic Bullet into a normal blender.
Family size bullet blender.
Because the whole value proposition is it's small.
The magic bullet takes up no more room on your countertop, look at that, than a regular sized coffee mug.
But if you call sooner, we'll make it the thing that you said you didn't want at the beginning. Love it. The next nominee is the Extractor Kit, which turns the Magic Bullet into the Bullet Juicer.
How many people in my audience have vegetable juice extractors at home?
Where, referencing the juicer, Mick brings some heat with, you know something, it always amazes me how you can get juice out of a carrot.
You know something? It always amazes me how you can get juice out of a carrot.
Thank you, Mick. Those are the only 2 freebies if you don't include the recipe book. So this is outside of the 17 pieces that you get. This is when you call now.
Call now.
These 2 things. But when you call, be sure to ask your operator about special discounts on additional 6-packs of party mugs to host your own Bullet Bash.
6-packs of additional party mugs so you can host your own Bullet Bash.
And also don't forget to ask about the 2-quart deluxe food processor attachment, which could turn this head of cabbage into a bowl of coleslaw for the whole party.
Plus, find out how you can get the Magic Bullet 2-quart deluxe food processor attachment.
That thing, the 2-quart, so like the base of this thing is a coffee grinder.
No more room on your countertop than a regular sized coffee mug.
So it's like what, 3 inches wide, and a 2-quart bowl on top is like a discus on top of it, and they show an entire head of cabbage getting shredded in it. I can't see ever wanting to have a poorly balanced spinning blade in my house until I saw that, and then I was like, I want to do that's the only slaw I ever want. I want in my house again. That's your list. You got the full sizer, the extractor kit that turns into a bullet juicer, discounts to build your own bash, or the 2-quart deluxe food processor attachment. Dave.
This is always what has thrown me off about infomercials, even when I was a kid. Take everything away, the Magic Bullet is cool. Like everything they're doing with the Magic Bullet is cool. I get it.
Got any berries?
Yeah.
But when they start saying that, like, add on, you're like, wait a minute, it's not the Magic Bullet anymore.
That's some bullet.
I don't have room for all this stuff.
It's just a bunch of junk. Like, you're going against what you said. I think it's all stupid.
Stupid is stupid,
The
doesn't
juicer is crazy
The bullet juicer.
because it just turns it into a juicer. I can't pick one of these. I can't. I hate all of them.
This is
You're
the
saying-
drawer. This is the drawer you hate in your house.
Wait,
Yeah.
should we change this to the drunk drawer award? We can talk to the council at the Ronnies and see best free giveaway, aka the drunk drawer award.
This,
Yeah.
This is the spring cleaning drawer, and you're like, why did I ever do this?
I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, this is the argument starting drawer. Yeah, this is a good one. I like it. Why are we still keeping this? Well, it was free. Yeah, but we don't use it. It was free. It's like, yeah.
Wait, are the rubber lip rings a giveaway?
And now you can just twist on one of these colored comfort
Those
clips.
are part of the 17 pieces included.
Okay.
And Dave, they're actually plastic. Yeah. They're plastic. Yeah. I was disappointed as well. I thought there'd be a nice firm rubber ring on. No, it's not well manufactured either. But yeah, no, you keep going, Dave.
It's funny. They kind of go, we're going to get a couple of demographics at once. All right. So for the health nut, we need the juice.
But nobody eats like that. Nobody.
For the people who feed lots of people, we need the 2-quart giant thing and the full-size blender.
Big enough to turn a whole head of cabbage into a party-sized batch of fresh, creamy coleslaw.
People really want to party?
Mick and Mimi's famous 15-minute party.
They're going to ask to get some more mugs because they're not stopping at 6. If you're a group of swingers and it's key party night at your house, yeah, we're going to need at least 12 mugs. Thank you. And we're going to need the 2-quart processor to hold all the keys. We good here? Thank you for the discounts. Bam.
This is where it loses me, though, because it's like
at the swingers party. That's where it loses you.
Smoking in a house, yeah.
Smoking. Like no, the countertop magician.
Countertop magician?
I mean, it all works. If you're like, it's just a fun blender. I love it. I don't know. I can't. When you start to change the product just to get more people in the room, the magic gets a little ruined. Like that's where the magic gets a little ruined.
Because it works like magic.
Aw, Dave. Well, it's almost like they heard you coming, and that's why they pivoted to the NutriBullet and just made it a health-focused smoothie. It's just like, sorry about Hazel and Berman. It's just you know, and that's one of the things that was a little bit sad to me, like I said before, is household homewares.
Homeland Houseware.
They've changed the website to just NutriBullet.com. The Magic Bullet still does have its own tab in the drop down of products, which is nice. It's still showing respect. You know, and there's a lot of iterations of it too. I'm not going to go through the lineage of the bullets.
There's so many.
Gone. Yeah. So Dave, you're abstaining from the Drunk Drawer Champion for the Ronnie for Best Free giveaway. Mark, which of these nominees do you think deserves to hang a Ronnie in its junk drawer?
I think it's got to be the full-size bullet blender.
Which turns your magic bullet into the bullet blender.
And I only say that because we made fun of the ice, we made fun of a lot of that other stuff, but it's a very bad blender as a small one. It's going to be a bad blender if it's bigger. If you want to even make a bigger one, it's going to be a bad blender.
No, you put more stuff that's hard to chop in it.
Smashed by the magic bullet.
It's the worst product here for sure because they didn't get it right on the small one. And so, yes, that is it's the best free giveaway category, but I think this is kind of like the anti-best.
This is a tongue-in-cheek one. This one we're giving a little wink to, huh? Uncle Ron knows we're goofing on this one.
Too simple as that.
So yeah, I think the full-size bullet blender. I love that it's the antithesis of the product too, Dave. Like you were teeing it up, Dave, with that. It's great. Like this is everything you said you didn't want it is included for free. Well, I'd say I don't want it. You don't even have to send it. You know, like I'm happy for everything else. And another great piece of the first time they get to the call now is in the infomercials. It's the only one I can remember as a bit of an infomercial connoisseur, where he says, "But wait, don't call yet." I'm like,
but don't call yet because you must watch this.
Dude, you seen the name of the show? You're doing it wrong, man. But he wants to get those free bits in there. He wants you to know that in addition to those 17 pieces of the system, you can have extra shit to throw out in 6 months. So congratulations to all of our winners of the Ronnies this time around.
But I'm gonna get this party rolling.
What can you do in 10 seconds?
In less than 10 seconds. All you do is give it 1, 2, 3 seconds.
Because in just about 8 seconds, it really is a time saver.
That's some bullet.
Nachos, anybody?
Nachos, those are my favorite.
We've come to know it as the magic bullet.
Did somebody say muffins?
Okay.
Dinner's always a production.
Family-sized bullet blender.
We've come to know it as the magic bullet.
Me and this infomercial go back to its inception. Like I didn't first see it on YouTube. I first saw it on TV.
In this country.
Like, I watched it as a television infomercial, which is how I saw the bulk of them. Grew up without cable, and where we grew up, there was a channel that we got on antenna television, which pumped out infomercials constantly.
This is just who I am.
And I would get so excited.
I like that.
When the Magic Bullet came on.
That's incredible.
And then when the internet came around, when Al Gore invented it in the 2000s, we received access. And we were able to watch the Magic Bullet whenever we wanted.
You're going to cook with it?
It's really messed up that I really do associate those two things together. It's like, oh, when the internet came, I could watch the Magic Bullet whenever I wanted, which speaks to the sad, lovely boredom of my adolescence. I'd like to imagine I'm still passed out pool maybe, you know, and like maybe like after this 28 minutes, I come in and like knock a bunch of shit over and like pour myself a whiskey and like.
What about a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you?
You know, say something really mean to Berman that then I apologize for later.
Yeah, 10 seconds or less.
There's a lot that I just want to be part of the Bullet family. So,
Dave, can you save me?
I would definitely buy one. And I think that when we first saw this, I thought the same thing. And I knew how crazy all of it was. But I was like, that would be funny to have, and it would be funny to try. Wait, how much does it cost?
For just 6 easy payments of only $19.99.
I mean, when it came out, it was 6 easy payments of $19.99. I think my first bullet
chops them right up like a magic bullet.
So I have the Nutra Ninja. Are they related?
Dave, you're on the wrong show, dude. I'm sorry, you gotta go.
That's a different one.
That's really messed up.
We might have to bleep that out, actually.
Yeah, we got Mick is gonna call us about that. We're gonna hear about that.
I'll have to ping you on it because the Nutra Ninja is fantastic.
I don't care.
Anyway, definitely yes, I would buy this just because the infomercial is fantastic.
Out of respect.
Outstanding.
And Mark, I think we both initially really wanted it as a goof.
Hey, guy, as a goof.
Because we love this infomercial, but then it's also like still kind of cool to have this thing.
Yeah, I totally bought it ironically, and knowing that it's gonna suck. Of course, it's gonna suck. It's like I've had 20 blenders in my life.
I've been a rich man,
and they all suck. I don't have the guts to spend $400, $500 on a.
You rather have 20 for 6 easy payments of $19.99.
Exactly. So, but I bought one. Ironically. It was horrible. I brought it home to my brother, who was
my brother's keeper.
He's a machinist, and he looked at the thing. He's like, look at the threading's off.
To cover up the threads here.
It's like the worstly manufactured thing I've ever seen. So it like brought more joy to my heart that it was a piece of crap thing. But
wow, that's a lot easier to use than all the appliance contraptions we got for wedding gifts.
Take that aside. Like, I bought it. I spent the money on it. It's on me. Blood's on my hands. But
Did I do that?
That infomercial is infamous. It is the greatest infomercial ever made. You can't make those anymore because nobody's making those anymore with social media and
it's a bygone era.
DIY kind of like videos that people can do. It's a special thing they put together for who cares what the product is.
I have a universal gym at home.
It was just a magical experience. It's a piece of art that they did. If they get ironic sales, then all the power to them.
If they can sell a blender 30 years after a blender's invented. Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you the greatest kitchen appliance ever made.
Do you think the ironic checks cash any differently than the sincere ones? Because I don't believe they do. I'm pretty sure they clear in the same amount of time, regardless.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Outstanding.
Dude, the fact that it's like, oh, hey, we want you to buy this blender, but we're going to give you all these other blenders as well.
The complete 17-piece Magic Bullet system.
Oh, you
got inventory, asshole.
They spend 25 minutes telling you how great just one blender is. And then they're like, well, wait a second.
I'm going to do a couple more real quick.
You might want 6 other.
It's like they're going to die. They're gonna die real soon. Once it's like mid you're making a Miami Vice. At mid Miami Vice, that thing is.
The Magic Bullet crushes a whole mug full of ice.
I love it. It's
so small. It's so sleek. You're gonna leave it on your counter. You're gonna want it on your counter because you're gonna use it every day.
So you're gonna leave it on your counter and you're gonna want it there because you're gonna use it every single day.
So that's it. I mean, the Magic Bullet.
That's some bullet.
Boys, I think I'm going to go make myself a skinny margarita.
Virgin strawberry margarita. Look at that.
In honor of Berman, because I bet Berman is full on keto now. He's probably got tattoos on his neck looking great.
Let me see that.
Or his service was 17 years ago, and that's fine too. Either way, great for Berman, great for us. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for calling out. It's been a great time. Mark, Dave, much appreciated, fellas.
Thank you, Dan. I love Magic Bullet.
Thank you all for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, or follow on your preferred podcast medium. And for all things Call Now, visit callnowpodcast.com. And if you want to connect with the boys, you can find them at Call Now Podcast on Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email at callnowpodcast@gmail.com. And if you can't fight the urge to pick up the phone and call now, you can leave them a voice message at 617-356-7439. And if you call in the next 30 minutes, you might just be the next star of Call Now. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you tune in next time to Call Now.
Thank you for listening. This has been a B+ effort. We'll try harder next time.